Hi there! Welcome to our new workshop in Nekrasovka. Today we'd like to discuss the differences between bicycle parts. What's the difference between Derailleur and the Derailleur and the Serra? We are going to show the difference based on the example of rear derailleur. Our goal is showing general trends, not putting each derailleur under microscope. Though I hope to discuss each of them in some detail, but first of all we are going to reflect the overall trends. The key requirement to rear derailleur is accurate positioning of a guide pulley under a required cog. It depends on the following three factors. If there are any plays in this joint, well, there are hardly any, how accurately the very guide pulley is manufactured, and how much the rear parallelogram plays. The parallelogram accuracy depends on these four knuckles. Each of these pivots can be gradually breaking their mounting seats while in service, and because these pivots start playing, it may lead to less accurate gearing. Here is the tourney. As you can see, the four pivots of the parallelogram are made of mild steel. They are flat. There are additional joints beside the mentioned one. Their accuracy is questioned as well. Moreover, some body parts are made of plastic. Quality of the tourney pulley leaves much to be desired as well. There is no metal bearing inside, so a plastic pulley spins relative to a fixed metal bushing. Theoretically, it is supposed to be spinning through a metal bearing fixed inside it, along a metal bushing, but it does through plastic. So plastic wears out, which results in forming a huge black hole after a while, so any accuracy is out of question. As a result, you get enormous plays. Correspondingly, these are two huge minuses. Four pivots made of mild steel and this terrible plastic pulley leading to quite a number of troubles. It dives into spokes or leads a chain to cogs in the wrong way. It gets wedged, and finally a derailleur with a hammer breaks. I mean, you get quite a few troubles from it. So superstar, your time is up. Here is the Altus, the tourney's cousin. The only difference is that two mild steel pivots are replaced by more durable ones. Here you can see the very body material is riveted over, so at least it's not plastic, so this is a plus as well. All of this makes a derailleur more durable, but unfortunately a disaster pulley is still with us and it doesn't make us any good. So this hero's time is also over. Let them enjoy their time together. Now here is a Serra. It is just a bit more expensive than the previous two, but the quality is much higher. A plastic pulley is provided with a metal insert working along a metal bushing. This makes the unit much more accurate and strong. Besides, there are no other additional units for attaching a parallelogram to a hanger, but there are still two mild steel pivots and two pivots made of steel like in Altus. So this derailleur is a perfect choice for those who ride their bikes for 100–150 hours a year, which is 2–3,000 kilometers. This kind of derailleur is sure to serve you for a few years. Here are two Serras for you to compare, an old model and a new one. The old one is encoded M360, the new one is M390, so it has 9 speeds. The difference is that instead of two mild steel pivots of the parallelogram, the new Serra is provided with 3 mild pivots, the first one, the second one, and the third one. It is riveted from the other side, and the fourth durable pivot is over here. An old model had only 2 mild pivots, so the old parallelogram was more durable than the new one. Shimano has changed the design, added some visual component, but unfortunately durability of parallelogram has decreased. You can also see that the old and the new versions have different kind of pulleys. The old pulley is a bit bigger than the new one. This provides the new one with more accurate shifting, but not that crucial. So they have improved some things while spoiling the others. But actually one could easily provide an old derailleur with new pulleys and enjoy riding with no problems. Here are two Olivia derailleurs, an old version and an updated one. The old model had only one mild steel pivot, the old Acera had two of them. So we can see the progress. So the Olivia parallelogram is still more durable. The new Olivia's pulley is smaller, but as usual something has been added while some other things have been worse. So the new version of Olivia is provided with two mild pivots, though the old version had only one. Now you can see the old Derailleur and the updated one. The old Derailleur is all super. The parallelogram is provided with 4 strong pivots where resistance is very high. My bike has been equipped with this kind of a derailleur since 2009 with over 20,000 kilometers on. The derailleur has never been damaged or caused no complaints. The only minus is a cable housing loop. Many cyclists disliked it, so Shimano company has offered a new version, Shimano Shadow. It is thinner relative to a hanger and there is a straight shot for a cable right from here. Unfortunately, something is better, something is worse as usual, so we can see 1 mild steel pivot. 3 others are durable. As a result, the 592 derailleur is a bit less durable than the 591. I'd also like to say that the old Derailleur 591 is the best choice for the ones who ride a lot. While in my opinion, in terms of quality-price ratio, this derailleur is beyond competition. Many are skeptic about a looped cable routing, but actually, if the housing is of more or less decent quality, it does not matter much. At least my bike has always had the most accurate gearing, so I do recommend it to you, really. Now please welcome 9-speed Derailleur and 10-speed SLX. Their main difference is this horn in a 10-speed derailleur. The 9-speed one is missing a horn like this. So if you drill a neat hole for a cable and housing, you can use a 10-speed derailleur as a 9-speed one. The main difference between Derailleur and SLX derailleurs is weight. Besides, some other minimal improvements are possible. As well, it is noteworthy that 9-speed derailleurs pulleys originally play. The play is about a millimeter, which is quite a lot. We've already mentioned it and told you in another video of us called rear derailleur tuning or rear derailleur improvement that you can get rid of this gap and thus achieve much more accurate gearing. As for the 10-speed SLX, there are hardly any plays in it. I mean, even if there is any, they are up to 1/2 of a millimeter. Well, it is suggested to be a marketing ploy to make 10-speed derailleurs more qualitative and as a result more popular. Let me introduce you to the XT 772 derailleur, the rear parallelogram is assembled on 4 pivots made of wear-resistant steel. So this parallelogram is sure to be very durable and very accurate, compared to the SLX, where one mild steel pivot will sooner or later start damaging accuracy of gearing. I'd also like to note that the modern versions of XT are provided with a flag to turn on the mode, which makes a cage plate moving in this direction more difficult. Correspondingly, the chain does not get loose or joggle while riding over bumps, but it's also noteworthy that most modern versions of Shadow are equipped with a stiffer spring, so most riders do not joggle at all. In older versions such as Derailleur M591, the spring is much weaker, so there is much more shaking. The newer versions of Shadow are provided with a stiff spring and shaking is minimal. In case you go in for extreme sports or participate in competitions, you must be willing to minimize the chain shaking. In this case, it's better to use modern versions of Shadow derailleur with a flag. Among the derailleurs proposed by Shadow today, Derailleur XT M772 has one of the most reasonable prices, and at the same time is characterized by a very high wear resistance due to 4 strong and durable pivots. So if I had to choose among Shadow derailleurs, I would pick this one. As well, let me tell you a few words about the difference between guide pulleys of rear derailleurs. In this case, we are considering 9-speed derailleur pulleys. Derailleur and Derailleur SLX are provided with simple pulleys with a metal disc and no seals. As for the XT, it is provided with rubber seals and a ceramic bushing. It is very durable, it does not give up accuracy over time, and it lets no dirt inside. It would be a considerable advantage but for the fact that the pulley teeth are usually faster to wear out than the bushing of Derailleur pulley. So there is no difference whether to use the Derailleur SLX pulley or the XT pulley because they still require changing due to the pulley teeth wearing. The XTR pulley was provided with industrial bearings. The pulley played a bit, just like in Derailleur SLX and XT, but many riders liked the fact that the friction was minimal. In fact, the pulleys are in the unloaded chain loop and the friction is minimal. If they were placed between the system and the cassette in the pull chain segment, there would be much more friction, but in our case it is fortunately minimal. The 10-speed pulleys are designed in a bit different way. I've added a 9-speed pulley to compare. You can see the bushings stick out relative to the pulley. Respectively, in a 10-speed pulley by Derailleur or SLX, you cannot see sticking relative to the pulley. If it sticks out, then only by 0.2 of a millimeter. The 10-speed derailleurs by XT or XTR are provided with pulleys with industrial bearings and with no plays. In the example of all these derailleurs, we've seen that the derailleur weight gradually decreases from lower to higher end group sets, some new technologies are introduced, wear resistance improves, but it is not always the case. Sometimes external improvements hide loss of life and wear resistance. Besides, the higher end group sets are usually characterized by more interesting design. As well, I'd like to note that the company SRAM proposes similar ranking. I mean that derailleurs of similar price group produced by different companies are similar in quality. That's all. Please don't forget to rate the video like this or like that and subscribe to our channel, it's important for us. Good luck to you!